Hello everyone, welcome to another video on our channel News Faster. We're back with more tributes. This video features a list of American big celebrities who died recently or within the last few days. Number 1. Tony Todd, American actor. Tony Todd, who played the title role of the hook-wielding ghost in the horror film Candyman, passed away on Wednesday at his Marina del Rey, California home. He was 69 years old. An actor's representative confirmed Todd's passing. There was no cause of death mentioned. Todd has been a consistent presence in genre cinema for 40 years. His credits include classic films like Michael Bay's Alcatraz actioner The Rock, Alex Proyas' comic book adaptation of The Crow, and the intricate murder set-piece serial Final Destination. In his early 30s, he starred in Oliver Stone's Oscar-winning military epic Platoon, which was one of his first motion picture roles. Todd wore extraterrestrial makeup in Star Trek The Next Generation to portray Kurn, Worf's, played by series regular Michael Dorn, brother and a commander in the Klingon Defense Force. However, Todd's role in Bernard Rose's Candyman, an Americanized adaptation of a Clive Barker short tale from the early 1990s that gave themes of racism and gentrification a distinctive supernatural twist, cemented his place in the genre canon. Todd, who stands a tall 6 feet 5 inches, portrayed Daniel Robitaille, sometimes known as Candyman, the bee-covered, tortured ghost of an African-American artist and slave son who was killed because of his affair with a white woman. In the movie, Virginia Madsen played a Chicago graduate student who was researching inner-city Chicago for her thesis on the legend of Candyman. My dear, after hearing of her co-star's passing, Madsen posted on Instagram, "May you rest in power." The legendary actor Tony Todd is now an angel and has departed from us, like he was in real life. I can't now, but I can later. I cherish you. A 12-minute video resembling Lydia Onek went viral and was spread on social media, receiving many comments from netizens. Many netizens on social media were so amazed to see the 12-minute video similar to Lydia Onek going viral on social media. As for those who want to know clearly, the 12-minute video similar to Lydia Onek with facts related to Lydia Onek. Lydia Onek profile This Beautiful Woman has the full name Lydia Setiawan, who was born on July 24, 2004 in Samarinda, East Kalimantan. Since November 28, 2021, he was announced as an Onek eSport talent and is currently 24 years old. Lydia was appointed as Onek's talent from that moment on. She had to carry out her duties as Onek eSports brand ambassador. Lydia Onek has an Instagram account named @LydiaAIS_, which has 1.1 million followers. The viral 12-minute video allegedly by Lydia Onek made her name viral and was discussed by netizens on social media. The TikTok account @Frezzy26 discussed this, showing a woman suspected to be Lydia Onek crying. "Poor thing," she cried, said @Frezzy. It didn't take long for many netizens on social media to comment on the upload from @Frezzy. "I've watched it, and it's really cool," said @Faisalcom. "That's why women shouldn't be offside," said @Lens. It is alleged that the 12-minute video resembling Lydia Onek contains things that should not be shown on social media. Until now, Lydia Onek has not provided any clarification regarding the 12-minute video allegedly resembling her that went viral on social media. And what's more, it is still unknown whether the 12-minute video that looks like Lydia Onek is really her or someone else claiming to be her. Number 2. Bobby Allison. Bobby Allison passed away on Saturday. Over the course of his nearly 3-decade career, he won 85 NASCAR races, making him one of the sport's most renowned stock car racers. He was 86. NASCAR returns to its origins with new regulations. Allison didn't always enjoy racing. His career ended in 1988 following a near-fatal on-track collision, and he lost both of his sons in 2 devastating NASCAR tragedies. His 336 top 5 finishes are second only to fellow Hall of Famer Richard Petty, and the native of Florida presently sits fourth on NASCAR's all-time Premier Series win list. In addition, Allison made 718 career starts, which is the 14th most in the history of the series. He won the Southern 500 at Darlington Raceway 4 times, in 1971, 1972, 75, and 83. The coveted Daytona 500 3 times, 1978, 82, and 88, and the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway 3 times, in 1971, 81, and 84. Born Robert Arthur Allison in Miami, Florida on December 12, 1937, he joined his brother Donnie and veteran modified racer Red Farmer to form the so-called Alabama Gang. After the trio relocated to Hueytown, Alabama, they took over the short track scene. In 1966, Allison started working on the Premier Series full-time. When Allison and his brother Donnie made national news in 1979 after competing against fellow racer Cale Yarborough at the Daytona 500, Allison was recognized for having contributed to NASCAR's increased notoriety in the United States. Despite being awarded NASCAR's most popular driver 6 times, Allison's kind demeanor meant that he had to wait until he was 45 years old to win the entire NASCAR championship in 1983. At the age of 50, he held off a charge from his son Davey, who finished second to win the 1988 Daytona 500, one of the high points of his career. Allison had a concussion, broken ribs, and shattered bones in his left leg in a collision at the Pocono Mountains near Long Pond, Pennsylvania, later that year. In addition to leaving him with memory lapses, the head injury put an end to his NASCAR driving career. Allison's 2 sons sadly lost their lives in NASCAR-related accidents shortly after. Clifford Allison passed away at the age of 27 in 1992 as a result of injuries he received in a collision at the Michigan International Speedway during practice. Davey lost his life the following year when he crashed his helicopter while trying to land at Alabama's Talladega Superspeedway. His age was 32. Bobby Allison and his wife Judy, whom he married in 1960, had 2 daughters, Bonnie and Carrie, in addition to their 2 sons. After their sons passed away in 1996, the couple was divorced, but they later got back together at a wedding and got married again before Judy passed away in 2015. The word racer was personified by Bobby Allison. Despite being one of the most successful drivers in NASCAR Cup Series history, Jim France, the chairman and CEO of NASCAR, stated in a statement that his influence on the sport goes well beyond the record books. He won races and championships in a number of NASCAR divisions while he was a driver. However, as the leader of the well-known Alabama Gang, Bobby had a deep connection with his supporters. He gave our sport his all in the most important ways. I extend my sincerest sympathies to Bobby's family, friends, and fans on behalf of the France family and NASCAR as a whole for the passing of a legendary figure in the sport. Number 3. Judith Jameson. Internationally recognized dancer Judith Jameson passed away after 20 years as the artistic director of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. She was 81. Christopher Zunner, an Ailey representative, told the Associated Press that Jameson passed away on Saturday in New York, surrounded by close friends, following a brief illness. Her artistry, humanity, and amazing light inspired us all, and we remember and are thankful for that, Zunner continued. Originally from Philadelphia, Jameson began ballet lessons at the Judimar School of Dance when he was 6 years old. She became a member of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater in 1965, and was one of its most well-known soloists for 15 years before departing to do Broadway and other ballet companies as a guest performer. Later, Jameson came back and worked for 21 years as the company's artistic director, choreographing a variety of repertory pieces, planning a 50-city international tour to celebrate the company's 50th anniversary, and putting in endless effort to continue Ailey's tradition of supporting and showcasing the work of up-and-coming choreographers. After securing the theater's permanent location on Manhattan's West Side in 2004, Jameson took up her current position as Artistic Director Emerita in 2011. Jameson thought back on her initial thoughts on the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater earlier this year. One question I was asked when I first started working at Ailey in 1965 was, "How did you feel when you walked in the door?" However, what emotions do dancers experience when they start their first thing? Suddenly, I was working with the choreographer of modern dance, Anna Sokolow, and someone else was working with the performer and choreographer of postmodern dance, Rudy Perez, she told Bazaar in July. Everyone wants to perch on, "This is a black company," but nobody knows that all of these choreographers were invited to Ailey, which was a repertory modern dance company. On stage we were doing just that, protesting. The truth of what it meant to be an artist was revealed by our bodies.